My name is Allison Cusick, and I am a graduate student in the lab of Dr. Maria Vernay. And first, I wanted to say a big thank you so much for the support. I was a recipient of the Michael Mullin Fellowship, and this fellowship allowed me to purchase equipment for a citizen science project that I run with tour ships down in Antarctica. We work with 9 different tour operators who bring travelers down to the Antarctic Peninsula each year from November through March. And I train staff on board different ships to collect samples of phytoplankton from the water. And these samples contribute to my PhD dissertation. And I just wanted to share a little 1-minute video that a master's student helped me put together different footage I've been taking over the last 3 years so that you guys can see what this project looks like in action.
The Antarctic holds magic in its waters, and a team of scientists are determined to uncover the mysteries that lie within.
But to understand what makes this ecosystem come alive,
scientists need your help.
Fjord Phyto is a citizen science project that engages passengers by collecting phytoplankton from the ocean.
Phytoplankton are microscopic algae that form the foundation of most marine webs.
And by looking at how phytoplankton communities change over the seasons, researchers are studying how it might relate to melting glaciers in Antarctica.
Because to better protect an ecosystem, we need to better understand it. And by protecting the microscopic heroes of the Antarctic,
we can protect the life that depends on them.
Because conservation is not an I.
It's a we.
So as a scientist, I always thought Antarctica was a place reserved for peace and science. So when I was down there in 2013 for my first time, I discovered that tourism is a huge thing. So in one summer down in Antarctica, you maybe have 5,000 researchers working, but you have more than 50,000 travelers. So that's more than 10-to-1 ratio of non-scientists to scientists. And I really wanted to get that group of people involved in the research. So when I met Dr. Maria Vernay, I spent 1 year in the Scripps MAS program and designed a citizen science project called Fjord Phyto. And it was such a success that it actually launched me into the PhD program. To me, the fellowship means that I can get more people involved in the research that I do. And by working with the tour ships, they can collect data for us every single time they go to different sites on the peninsula and get this nice time series. For my PhD, I'm able to look at how the phytoplankton communities change during the season and then compare each year. And this is important because phytoplankton are like the grass of the field. They're the first thing that is eaten by zooplankton, or things like krill. And the krill is then eaten by the seals, the whales, and the penguins. So if we can understand how the krill's food source or the phytoplankton are shifting throughout the season and between each year, then maybe we can understand how that influences the entire polar food web. This has been very exciting. We've actually had 2 publications that have come out from this work. The first publication is in Polar Biology, and it talks about what we were finding from the samples collected the very first year of the project. And the second publication is in Oceanography magazine, and it talks about how we build and design this project, hopefully as a way to inspire other researchers to think of citizen science as a potential platform for their research and for a broader impact. Currently, I know we're in a very bizarre time and coming to a new normal, but this season, the Antarctic season was almost at an end in March when things started to shut down. But it caused a little bit of chaos getting people back to their homes before borders closed. And with that, I didn't get any samples yet from this 2019-2020 year. I personally was able to go down to Antarctica for 2.5 months. So I brought the samples that I personally collected, but everything else, all the gear and the samples are currently scattered on ships and in people's personal freezers, but hopefully I can gather them all sometime and then also have a season next year. While I'm working from home, I'm able to analyze the salinity and temperature data that I have for the last 3 years, but the labs are all closed, so I'm not able to process any of the biological information. But some other exciting things that I'm working on are with 2 master's students designing a identification guide, a book of phytoplankton that we've been finding on the Antarctic Peninsula. And then also another master's student working on a fuller length documentary about the project and about phytoplankton, which I'm very excited to see the results of. So if you'd like to follow this project, Fjord Phyto, and see what I'm up to and what the travelers are doing every year with citizen science, you can check out the link, www.fjordphyto.org. And we also have social media accounts, Fjord Phyto on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. It does make a difference in my life, in the work that I can do. I hope you are all well, staying healthy, and staying sane. Thank you. Bye.